Our goal is to convince our audience of the significant advantages of learning a new language, and we try to do this by dropping them into various situations through the day in which all language-based communication is illegible or incomprehensible to them. Because of how difficult the situation is to navigate, we hope that that would encourage people to go out there and learn a new language, for example, like German with the Goethe Institute.
So we wanted locations that minimize interactions with people outside of the crew as much as possible. So for example, we used Adidi's dad's car for the car scene. And the restaurant was simulated in my front yard, which actually worked out pretty well because having it outside was more COVID safe. In terms of props, we actually used turmeric and water to simulate white wine for the alcohol part of the scene. And that actually ended up being the crux of our conflict in the whole simulated argument. So all actors were from amongst the crew, and we allowed Aditi, the director, and me, the camera person, to be extras for most of the scenes without actually disrupting the immersiveness. So we made use of natural lighting in all cases, which worked out pretty well because it meant we didn't have to hire out any artificial lighting.
So since the film was told from a first-person point of view, we tried to have the camera at eye level as much as possible, putting it on a tripod for all the scenes with the exception of the car scene, where we couldn't use the tripod because it was unstable when driving. So instead, we secured it to the seat of the chair. Now, whenever interacting or acting with the camera, we tried to treat it like a person, calling it cam, making motions, looking at it, asking it questions, even if we didn't hear it. Most of the post-production was focused on sound treatment and editing of text. So since sound syncing wasn't exactly that important for our film, we could do sound and film separately. So we tried to get as much atmospheric sound on site as we could, so that later during editing, we could use it to simulate a soundscape.
Everything we did was to make sure the camera and therefore the viewer was active and present within the scene, therefore creating that immersive experience.